California geothermal plans stall while Nevada builds. Editor's note: this article updates our earlier coverage of California AB 526, originally published when the bill was moving through committee with unanimous support. The legislative picture has changed materially since then. AB 526 failed in appropriations. Its companion CEQA reform bill was vetoed. A narrower permitting bill was signed. California geothermal strategy stalls in appropriations as development stays out of state. The legislative push to build an in-state geothermal industry largely fell apart in 2025. California signed a narrow permitting reform for small projects and watched federal investment in the sector accelerate. But the utility-scale geothermal development the state needs to meet its reliability and climate commitments continues to land in Nevada and Utah. When Assemblymember Papon's geothermal package moved through its first two committee hearings in spring 2025 with a combined 32-0 vote, the legislative trajectory looked clear. The centerpiece bill, AB 526, had broad support from developers, utilities, labor, and climate advocates. It wasn't close. Then it hit Assembly Appropriations. AB 526 died in committee in May 2025, held under submission, and ultimately filed with the chief clerk in February 2026 under Joint Rule 56. The reason, according to Climate Action California's 2025 session review, was the expected high cost of administration for the planning and coordination mandates the bill required of the California Energy Commission and multiple state agencies. A bill with 0 no votes in policy committees was killed by its price tag. What the three-bill geothermal package produced and what it did not. The Papon geothermal package included 3 bills. AB 526 was the strategic planning and permitting framework. AB 527 would have reformed CEQA to treat geothermal exploratory projects and enhanced geothermal system wells as categorically exempt full environmental review, aligning California's permitting posture with federal standards. AB 531 expanded CEC oversight to geothermal plants below 50 megawatts by allowing them to access the Commission's expedited opt-in certification program. Newsom signed AB 531 in October 2025. AB 527 was vetoed and stricken from file in January 2026. The result is that California now has an incremental permitting pathway for small geothermal projects and no strategic plan, no CEQA reform, and no transmission or leasing framework for the utility-scale in-state development that the CPUC's procurement mandates require. The out-of-state problem has grown since the original article. When the Papon bills were introduced, the central concern was that California ratepayer dollars were flowing to geothermal projects in Nevada and Utah because those states offered more favorable permitting and regulatory conditions. That concern has not diminished. In December 2025, Fervo Energy closed a $462 million Series E raise to fund its 400-megawatt Cape Station project in Utah. The project is designed to serve Western grid demand, including California load. Fervo has also been developing its commercial-scale next-generation geothermal operations in Nevada. Both projects are being built in states that California's legislation sought to compete with, using investment from developers who would have been eligible for California's AB 526 incentives had the bill passed. CPUC Decision 2408064, issued in August 2024, directed California load-serving entities and the Department of Water Resources to procure long lead-time resources, including geothermal, in volumes beyond what the 2021 midterm reliability decision established. That procurement mandate is active. The in-state supply chain to fulfill it is not. Federal investment is accelerating where state policy stalled. The federal picture has moved in a different direction. Congress allocated $150 million to the Department of Energy's Office of Geothermal in its fiscal year 2026 Energy and Water Appropriations Bill, a 20% increase over 2025 levels, and a notable exception to overall EERE budget cuts. The Bureau of Land Management, BLM, has issued new geothermal leases covering more than 100,000 acres across California, Idaho, Oregon, and Utah, and announced 2 additional lease sales in 2026 in New Mexico and Idaho. On the transmission side, the Federal Permitting Improvement Steering Council, in December 2025, granted expedited Fast 41 permitting to the Silver Rock Transmission Project, which connects geothermal generation in Utah to the broader Western grid. That infrastructure investment helps out-of-state geothermal supply reach California, which addresses the reliability mandate, but does nothing to reverse the in-state investment and jobs problem the pond bills were designed to solve. Where California's geothermal strategy stands now, California has active procurement mandates for geothermal, a small project permitting reform, and no strategic plan for building the in-state capacity those mandates are supposed to incentivize. The GeoZone initiative in Sonoma, Lake, and Mendocino counties is continuing to work on removing barriers for developers, with Chevron New Energies having acquired land in the zone, but permitting delays have held up exploratory drilling. For developers, utilities, and energy planners tracking California, the practical implication is that near-term geothermal procurement filling CPUC mandates will continue to draw on out-of-state projects. Whether a successor to AB 526 re-enters the 2026 legislative session or whether the CEC pursues planning authority through existing channels are the signals worth watching. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by Environment and Energy Leader. For partnership opportunities, please reach out to our team.